All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, Errol Spence Jr. says something very, very interesting about Terence Crawford and the options that he has to beat Terence Crawford in their upcoming fight, July 29th. Some people are going to disagree with this. However, at the same time, the people that would disagree with this constantly point to it. But let's talk about what he had to say about his boxing skills in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be, again, in the 147-pound division because we've got one of the best fights that we could possibly have in boxing and one of the best fights to be made in the last couple decades. 3 decades could be. Definitely one of the best fights to be made during my lifetime, and that is Errol Spence Jr., the WBC, the WBA, and the IBF champion, fighting Terence Crawford, who is the WBO welterweight champion. They will be fighting for the undisputed title on July 29th. And again, I said it's one of the best fights that I could see in my lifetime, that I know of in my lifetime. And as some of y'all know, that's a little bit of a time now. However, I'm not saying it's the best. So don't go in the comment section, listen to me, listing 2 or 3 fights that you think are better. I know there are fights that you may think are better. There's a few fights that I think were better. However, one of is what I said, and I'm going to stand by that. But before we get into that, I just want to tell you real fast about today's sponsor, the Boxing Showtime app. It's a very useful app that keeps you updated on all things boxing, and you can keep up with the latest fights, where to watch them, the latest news, and a lot more. For any hardcore boxing fan like myself, and most likely all of y'all, I would definitely recommend downloading it. And it also is most definitely a big support to the channel. It's available for both Apple and Android, and you can find the link in the description below. Thanks for considering downloading Boxing Showtime's app. But let's get back into the subject matter of the video. Now, when we talk about this fight, though, there is an idea about how it's going to play out that is going through the minds of a lot of boxing fans. The narrative out there is that you have Errol Spence Jr., who's a come-forward fighter, flat-footed come-forward fighter, and you have Terence Crawford, who is the slick boxer, counter-punching boxer, and that is the type of matchup that we have and that we're looking at. And I'm telling you, and Errol Spence Jr. just said something to this effect that it may not be that simple. Now, before I get into that, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button because it don't cost nothing. But and that is only if you like the content. If you don't like the content, hit the thumbs down button. If you do like the content and don't want to subscribe, just hit the thumbs up button. But thank you very much for engaging with the channel. Please leave a comment and let me know what you think in the comment section. And to all my regular subscribers, longtime subscribers, and supporters, this one to my guy, John Bowie, biggest supporter you could ever ask for. Hope you're doing well, man. You're in our thoughts. You're in our prayers. Take care of your business, man. Can't wait to see you again or talk to you again. But let's get into this because Errol Spence Jr. has some things to say about what he can do against Terence Crawford to win the fight. Specifically, what he says is, with me and my style, nothing gets to me. I feel like my skill set, my ability, and I just keep coming. It's not only just coming, but I'm a guy who can change it up. I'm a guy that can do different things. I didn't become Olympian. I didn't beat all of those great amateur guys or pros by having just one attribute. Just come forward, throw punches, and just be able to take a punch. I'm a guy that can shift up, do different things. I have defense. I can switch back from offense to defense. I can break a guy down. I can box too. I just don't do things subtly. And he said it's cool So he basically talks about his ability to box, his ability to do different things. Now, the idea that Errol Spence Jr. is a come forward fighter, and the only way that he can beat Terence Crawford is by wearing him down and wearing him down and stopping him, which is usually plan A, right? That has not been the only plan that Errol Spence Jr. has been able to pull off to beat a Hall of Fame level fighter. And the person that I'm referring to is Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia, not just Mikey Garcia, but also Danny Garcia. That's two incidences where Errol Spence Jr. did not try to go in and just break somebody down and beat him up and stop him. Now, why was it that he did not do that? It is my belief is that he was not in the physical shape to do it. Against Mikey Garcia, during that period of time, Errol Spence Jr. was having long layoffs because people were not getting in the ring with him. And he was blowing up in weight. This is by his own admission. He was blowing up in weight because he wasn't used to staying in the gym. Earlier in his career, when he's fighting on a regular basis, he was always in the gym, always training for a fight. But that changed once he became the champion, and other people were hesitant to get into the ring with him. So he wound up blowing up in weight and having fat camps. So before the Mikey Garcia fight, he had a fat camp, and his energy was depleted because he wasn't able to really train and get his endurance up and get his physical fitness up. He pretty much was just the entire time trying to get a lot of weight off of him, and he felt drained, felt tired in the fight. So he wasn't able to really press the gas and go to the body and do what he wanted to do like that. So what did he do? He boxed Mikey Garcia from the outside the entire fight, and he shut Mikey Garcia down 12 rounds to nothing, 10-9 on every scorecard for the entire fight, and then wound up having even beat him so bad in one round that it wound up being a 10-8 round. Now, he did throw 1,000 punches in that fight. So clearly he was not throwing hard punches. He wasn't really trying to get inside, slip, risk getting hit, dig into the body. A lot of them were jabs and straight left hands. But if you know anything about Mikey Garcia at the time and not the revisionist history that a lot of people do now, when they talk about Mikey Garcia was a top pound for pound fighter with a very, very good amateur pedigree, and was going into the fight considered to be the better fighter. Errol Spence moved on and fought Danny Garcia and beat Danny Garcia, who was one of the best counterpunchers in boxing, coming off of an almost 2-year layoff and a major car accident, and outboxed him the same way. So don't be surprised if you see Errol in there with Terence Crawford, and Errol is able to, whenever Terence Crawford if Errol hits him and Terence Crawford starts trying to come at him, do not be surprised if you see Errol take a step back, put a jab in his face, jab to the body, slip shots, move left and right, wait for that to die down and go right back at it, wait to go right back at Terence Crawford on that. Not saying that that's something that he's going to do in the fight, but just saying that that is something that is there. And it would not be the first time that Errol Spence Jr. outboxes somebody that was considered to be a much better boxer than he is. And Terence Crawford, in my opinion, has not really been outboxing people in the extent in that he's not winning round after round after round, round after round after round in the bank type, beating people by boxing him. He's outthinking them. He's setting them up. Picking, spotlighting their weaknesses, finding openings, and then stopping guys and knocking them out, right? Which is not to be underestimated. And hey, man, there's a potential for that with the Errol Spence Jr. fight. But just wanted to give you what Errol said. Food for thought. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.